HEC باريس في قطر، أي جامعة الدراسات العليا لإدارة الأعمال، وهي إحدى الجامعات الثلاث الأولى على مستوى العالم في مجال التعليم التنفيذي. تركز الجامعة على مواضيع الاستراتيجية والقيادة وبيئة الأعمال العالمية بهدف تمكين المنتسبين من اكتساب المعرفة والمهارات الشاملة والمبتكرة والتي يمكن تطبيقها في الوظائف التي يشغلونها. بدعم من مؤسسة قطر وبالتعاون مع هيئة تدريسية عالمية المستوى، استطاعت الجامعة تقديم برنامج الماجستير التنفيذي في إدارة الأعمال.
أنا المهندس علي بن عبد اللطيف المسند، عضو غرفة تجارة وصناعة قطر.
ناصر شويب النعيمي، أشتغل في ألمنيوم قطر كتلو، مدير شؤون الإدارية.
رمزان راشد النعيمي، وأنا أعمل مدير لقطاع الإبداع في شبكة الجزيرة الإعلامية.
انضميت إلى برنامج الماجستير التابع إلى HEC بالدوحة، ونحن الآن في المراحل النهائية من هذا البرنامج. وما شدني أو ما جذبني لهذا البرنامج هو اهتمامي برفعة شأن دولتنا الحبيبة دولة قطر، وأيضا دعم الاقتصاد الوطني بكل ما نحمله من إمكانيات ومن خبرات. ولذلك رغبت في أن أصقل تجاربي العملية، وأيضا أكتسب العلم والمعرفة للنهوض بدولة قطر إلى الأمام بإذن الله.
التحقت في HEC باريس في 2017، بداية 2017 لعدة أسباب. واحدة كون HEC باريس واحدة من المدارس على مستوى العالم، وثاني شيء يعتبر سبب رئيسي وجودها هنا في قطر. HEC باريس تعطيك اللي هي الأدوات والبيئة المناسبة أو المنصة، على أساس أنت تحاول تتعلم مهارات جديدة وتطبقها. وبعد في نفس الوقت أن خبرة المشاركين الموجودين، لما يكون مشاركين من مختلف القطاعات، مجالات مختلفة، التنوع الكبير في HEC باريس تضيف لي أنا على المستوى الشخصي أن آخذ بعض اللي هو قصص النجاح اللي عندهم وأطبقها ممكن حتى في جهة العمل عندي، اللي على أساسه ممكن يرجع بالنفع على القطاع ultimately إن على مستوى الدولة بشكل عام.
اخترت HEC لأنها من الجامعات المعروفة عالميا وذات المستوى المتقدم في المجال الأكاديمي والمجال المعرفي المعلوماتي، وأعتقد أنها راح تكون نقلة نوعية بإذن الله تعالى في مجال عملي أو فيما يسمى بالكارير باث أو في مستقبل العمل المهني أو العمل الشخصي إن شاء الله.
كما نعلم بأن العلم والتكنولوجيا تتطور بشكل مستمر يوما بعد يوم، ولذلك على المرء إذا كان عنده الطموح أن ينهل من العلم وأيضا ينهل من تجارب الآخرين. فحقيقة برامج HEC المتاحة لنا هنا في قطر، وأيضا التواصل مع الجامعة الأم في باريس، أعطت لنا المجال الكبير جدا للتعلم والاطلاع على التجارب والمعلومات في مجال الاقتصاد.
أنا حاب أني أشكر مؤسسة قطر على أساس أنها طرح مساعدتنا إحنا هنا كمشاركين، توفير صرح تعليمي مثل HEC باريس. وفرت الناس شريحة كبيرة هنا في المجتمع، أنه بدل ما يسافر ويروح ويأخذ هالفرصة في الخارج تكون موجودة هنا، اللي على أساسها راح تنعكس في القطاعات المختلفة. تبادل خبرات، أنه مو بس للمواطنين، حتى المقيمين أو الناس اللي ممكن يجونا من الدول المجاورة. المشاركين عندنا في HEC أو الدفعة اللي احنا فيها، عندنا من الشرق الأوسط، عندنا من شمال أفريقيا، عندنا من آسيا، عندنا من أوروبا. فالتنوع هذا أنه أضاف لي أنا شخصيا، أضاف حتى للمجموعة، أنه هي تبادل قصص النجاح والاستفادة من الدروس المستفادة بالأصح أن في تنفيذ مشاريع جديدة.
HEC قدمت الكثير صراحة على مدى السنة ونصف أو على مدى 18 شهر أو 16 شهر اللي احنا فيها أو درسنا فيها. قدمت لنا الجانب المعلوماتي صراحة، أثرت الجانب العلمي فيما يتعلق بالدراسة، ولكن الأهم من ذلك هو مستوى الدراسة، هو مستوى المعلومات التي قدمت لنا، لأن HEC قدمت هذه المعلومات لأنها المتفوقة في هذا المجال وهي رائدة في هذا المجال، وتستخدم الأمثلة الحقيقية وتستخدم القصص الواقعية من السوق المحلي أو السوق العالمي، وكيفية نستطيع أن احنا نواكب هذه المعرفة وكيف نطبق هذه التجارب في حياتنا العملية وفي حياتنا العلمية، سواء على المستوى التجاري أو سواء على المستوى الوظيفي.
Okay, it really is an adventure teaching in these programs. Just to wrap up and cap up what we discussed in the morning, I really wanted to, and I know that some of you are completely, have heard about the lean philosophy and Six Sigma, mostly in form of a general definition or a general understanding of the terms. But I wanted to go a little bit deeper onto the relationship between the lean philosophy, the philosophy of reducing waste, including inventory, how reducing waste is going to expose the problems in an organization, and how that is going to require a circle of continuous improvement, right? Not only on the inventory, but also on the quality, on the worker involvement and efficiency of the process. So this is a kind of a full picture. Now, turns out that no organization today is operating on its own, right? So what we have, and you have seen this in this module and throughout your careers, is a supply network, a supply chain, right? So when you're trying to reduce inventories, when you're trying to focus on the quality of the products to avoid, bootstrapping quality problems as we move forward, we need to also think about the products that we are sourcing and procuring from our suppliers. And that's why I had dedicated the full day, but now I'm going to move on to strategic sourcing. Because a big and a very important part of Toyota production system is really how do you treat your suppliers? How do you engage with your suppliers? My name is Sam Aflaki. I am an associate professor of operations and supply chain management in HEC Paris, in which I have been serving for 7 years now. I teach the executive education program here, the operations core course and operations core module. I also serve as the academic director of the operations module in the totality of the HEC executive education program. In HEC, we care a lot about consistency of our educational programs, no matter the location. In fact, we have teaching assignments and programs all over the world. The campus here is as lively as the campus in Paris. It's a little bit sunnier, obviously, but the quality of the programs, there is no doubt that we never sacrifice quality as a function of the geography of the program. And obviously, that's why the school cares a lot about bringing in professors for the classes here. The students that we have here are the students from Qatar, as well as students that from our other modules, mobility modules. So, as you will see in the classroom, I have a diverse range of students, and they are doing great. I'm very much enjoying teaching them. These executive education classes are much more interactive than other classes, and everyone is learning from the experiences of all the participants. Yeah. I am sure that everyone is very familiar with the importance of sourcing, right? Where and who do we get our planes from? Who do we get our plastic parts from? Who do we get the services that we need in an organization from. So it's not only products, we also buy and procure services, right? Catering, yes. Now, I want to give you an example, and I always enjoy this, discussing this with my marketing colleagues. It's just for teasing them. If you think about an organization, these kind of numbers here that we have about 60%, a manufacturing organization. Let's entertain the idea for now. About 60% of the costs are from material, about 10% direct labor, and 30% other costs, overhead costs, management costs. Obviously, these are just numbers that are, is an example. Depending on whether or not we are in Japan or Sri Lanka, the labor cost is going to change. Depending on whether or not we are in East Europe or China, the materials is going to be different in terms of the cost. Coming from the airport, I couldn't help but notice that there was this interesting phrase written on the different places that Qatar تستحق أفضل, or Qatar deserves the best. I truly believe that HEC Paris is the best provider of management education in Qatar. What we're doing here is we are educating and preparing the leaders of the future who will lead the progression of this great country forward. We also, as the professors in HEC, we are involved in, for example, providing the policymakers the cutting edge insights to making the best policy. I myself, along with a colleague of mine, a few years back, got a research program that was designed to guide the policy making for energy efficiency and moving toward the better energy future for Qatar. So it beats the education and preparation of the future leaders, or helping the current policymakers understand better about the implications of the policies that they're making using the cutting edge world research. We are contributing to the future and progression of Qatar. Let's look at a very, very, very stylized example. And I know you're going to have comments. Just bear with me toward the end of the example, okay? So here is the example. Suppose you purchase materials for $6, which is accounting for 60%, according to the cost breakdown that I provided in the previous slide, 60%. So you're purchasing materials for €6, 60%, and sell them for 12 euros. So your total cost is 10 euros and your margin is 2 euros, right? Now suppose you have 100 units of demand. So what's going to be your profit? Well, that's not very difficult to calculate, right? The profit is going to be, absolutely, it's going to be 100 units of demand. So it's the margin times 100 units of demand, which is 200. Right? Very simple arithmetic, very simple math. Now suppose you can invest in two different strategies to grow your business. You can invest either to increase your demand by 50%, increase in marketing campaigns, try to increase your market share, all sorts of things that you see in a marketing class, right? So what happens? Well, if you increase your market size by 50%, that is not going to change. The economics of your production is not going to change. But your market has changed. Now you have 550 units of demand, right? So what's going to be your profit?
My name is Niels Plumbeck. I'm a professor of strategic management. I joined HEC Paris in 2004, and since then I've been working at the school in the area of strategic management, doing research, teaching, and doing service for the school. Originally from Germany, Hamburg, where I also studied, partly at the University of Hamburg and also at the University of Hawaii, where I then graduated from the University of Hamburg, get my PhD. I had the pleasure to come here and teach in the EMBA program that we have been running since 2011 to teach business strategy. I've taught business strategy in this program and in other also custom programs over the many years. Then around late 2015, 2016, the idea came up, I would be interested to coming here and really live here and do the job here. And I did not think very long about it. I discussed it with my family. They also like, well, that's an exciting venture. They've all been living in France, so we thought, why not live in Qatar? And for me, the question was very easy because as a professor, you already, with a job, you provide a service to society. You do research and you teach. Now here, having the chance to become the CEO and academic dean for HEC Paris in Qatar, I had the chance to make even a bigger contribution. And that's it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, I believe. And doing this, and I like Qatar, and I thought serving society here and doing the job of a professor, a CEO and a dean, I think that was a fantastic opportunity. From my side, it was very easy. Convincing my family did not take too long, and so here we are. That brought me here, basically. HEC Paris by itself is a very old school, from 1881. But then, in 2010, we had the opportunity to come here, become a member of the Qatar Foundation. And through this, over the years, we have evolved. Meaning, in 2011, the first EMBA cohort started. Soon thereafter, we had another program, another degree program. It's a Strategic Business Unit Management Master Program. And we are also doing open programs and custom programs for different organizations. So this is basically what we have been doing. And the EMBA has been running very well. It has been well perceived. We have been training current and future leaders. We have seen it among our alumni are very senior people. For example, Her Excellency, the CEO of Qatar Foundation, was a participant on our EMBA program. The former CEO of Misharab was a participant. The COO of the QFCRA is a participant currently. So there's a wide area of current and future leaders whom we're training. So that has been successful. But not only this, I think it's also more important that we are also doing not only the degree programs, but very often we also customize programs for different organizations. And that is of importance that we do not only do this for profit organizations. Like we have been running customized programs for CBQ and Ooredoo and other for-profit organizations, but we have also done it, for example, for the Qatar Foundation. So their HR trusts us so that we can also further develop their current and future leaders. And again, it's not only this, but we have also worked with ministry. I think one of the programs that we just recently finished, and I think it was an amazing event that we had for the graduation, was with the Ministry of Transport and Communication, where we have been training relatively junior people. We called it the IT Talent Program. And I think this is actually a very solid foundation since 2010 that we have been evolving. And I think this is one of the advantages that we have of being here. We can really interact very closely. For the future, I think it is important that we build on this base, but also and continue what we're doing in terms of doing our degree program, our custom programs, our open programs. But even there, we will not stop, because for me it is important that I do not only teach strategy, but also when I teach strategy, I also talk about innovation. And it's one of the first things I said when I came here to the staff, when I had the first speech with our staff team, I think it was 2nd of November 2016, I said, we need to innovate. I think this should be a drive because this makes us serve better society and also allow us to contribute to the implementation of the Vision 2030, because then we can really be more effective. And one of the things, for example, that we have done is in our master program, we have introduced special or concentrations related, for example, for marketing and HR, so that participants entering our program can choose what they want to do and specialize a little bit more in different areas. And this is something we will continue doing and thereby innovate and really try to serve the demands of society better. There has been the image that HEC is for business. We're a business school, but at the same point in time, I think we have been doing an incredibly good job for working with non-business organizations. Because for me, leadership, strategy doesn't have to be for profit. It can be also for any type of organizations. Any kind of organization has a goal. The goal can be profit maximization, the goal can be serving community well, having engaged students. And one of the programs we had with the Qatar Foundation, we had senior people from Qatar Academy. They don't run for profit, they run for educating Qatari and other students. And so they have a particular goal. Can they learn something from us? I'm really sure. Or can they learn something from other people that are within them? I'm really sure. For me, education doesn't stop once you stop a degree program. I see it with my children. I have a daughter, she is the youngest, she is 3 years old and she is in a nursery and she learns how to identify in different languages pictures and so forth and how it is. So it starts very young, but it doesn't stop, as we see with some of our participants who are in the 40s, it doesn't stop there. And even when they graduate from there, I would like that they continue learning, not in a degree program, maybe with short programs, or maybe through interaction with other people. So I think HEC could serve as a knowledge hub where people can learn and we can help current and future leaders to evolve in their position and contribute thereby to society and their organization. But beyond that, I think HEC can also play an important role as a knowledge hub where people can come together and exchange. Like HEC could be the Majilis for knowledge exchange.